Back once again with the Renegade Master. Proudy's about to have another disaster. You should probably get me a plaster because the pain is about to get faster. And for some reason, I only can speak in rhyme and I'm wasting your time. What the hell am I doing? It's Huddersfield I'm screwing. Slam poetry. There's nothing that rhymes with poetry that I can think of. Well, welcome back to another episode, and we're now at episode 25. I can't believe I've stretched this series out for 25 episodes. We've hit a quarter of a century. I mean, what episode are we going to make it up to? 50? 75? 100? That's definitely, 100 is probably a bit of a push. 75 is a bit of a push, really. In the last episode, we took on both Liverpool and Fulham, and we lost both of them pretty resoundingly. I lost 4-1 to Liverpool. I lost 3-0 to Fulham away, with Raul de Thomas scoring against me as well. I forgot to add the music to the episode, and Chris Brunt got injured for 10 months. So all in all, it was actually one of our more eventful episodes. Now, we've played 4 games since we took on Fulham, and the first was a 2-0 defeat against Manchester United. I mean, that was pretty obviously going to happen. We then took on Leicester at home, and Jamie Vardy gave them a very good start as he fired in to give Leicester a lead in the first half of the game. Towards the end of the match, I got desperate and I sent on Marvin Sordell, and he wasn't really doing much until he hit this long ball, which Ben Chilwell then tried to head back to the keeper, ended up heading it to Steve Mounier, who scored his first goal in 16 games. You'll love to see it. When we took on Spurs at home, Christian Eriksen gave Spurs a 2-goal lead, but Steve Mounier then fired in a consolation in the second half, but we ultimately lost 3-1 towards the end of the match. And then our final match of the 4-game run was against Bournemouth away, and we beat them the last time we played in the Premier League away from home, but this time we ultimately fell to a 4-2 defeat with Callum Wilson scoring against us. It has meant that we've dropped down from 7th to 12th position in the league, but I have picked West Ham United in the FA Cup and Crystal Palace away in the Premier League. Crystal Palace are currently in the relegation zone and they've only scored 9 goals this season. And I've picked that game. Like, is that definitely not got 0-0 written all over it? So the reason I've had to play Steve Mounier in the last few games is because of the fact that Neil has got himself injured. And he got himself injured in training and put himself out for 5 weeks.
Oh, Neil, what is that monstrosity?
Still not really going to learn how to pronounce his last name, though. Morpie. Patrick Vieira has also been sacked as the Crystal Palace manager. I mean, they've been pretty awful this year. They're in the relegation zone. I think they're the lowest scorers in the league. They are. They've scored 9 goals. 9 goals. Imagine if we concede to them. My under-23s beat Bury in the Checkatrade Trophy to qualify for the quarter-finals. We're 1 step closer to Wembley. In the FA Cup, probably not, but in the Checkatrade Trophy we are. And we've been picking up a load of injuries over the festive period. Fabian Schär was out with a thigh injury. My third choice goalkeeper tore his abdominal muscle. Marvin Sordell pulled his calf muscle and he was out for 5 weeks. I mean, what is going on? Oh, and Nick Powell got injured again. Imagine my shock. My under-23s also beat Merthyr in a friendly, and Ashley Young got player of the match, already vindicating the decision to bring him here to Huddersfield. My match against West Ham has also been picked for TV, which means that it's been moved to a Monday. I mean, thinking about it now, I can't imagine too many people rushing home from work on a Monday evening to watch Huddersfield versus West Ham on BBC One. And to make it all worse, Robbie Savage might be on co-commentary.
I'll be honest with you, I was world class.
And Eddie Howe was sacked as Bournemouth manager, which was coincidental because it happened a few days before they took on us and they beat us 4-2. The new manager effect is in full force, and I guarantee it's probably going to work again in this episode. The board also tried to trick me on January the 1st and asked me to change the expectations. That will not be happening. Not in this season, it won't be. Sergi Samper has also signed a new 4-year deal with the club. That's another one I haven't given one of my players. I really need to change the responsibilities. Juninho Bakuna has also signed another 2-year deal. Why are we giving players that aren't going to play for me 2-year deals? I mean, what is my director of football doing? But I did offer Chris Brunt an extension to his contract, so he's going to become our new under-18s coach / player. I mean, I doubt he's going to play for us again because he's injured for so long, but at least he's still at the club. And the draw for the FA Cup 4th round was made, and we got drawn away to either Aston Villa or Derby if we beat West Ham. Yet the glamour of the FA Cup is dead, isn't it? The magic of the cup. It's not there anymore. I mean, Aston Villa or Derby is my reward for beating West Ham. Where's the heart? Where's the grit? Where's the 4-0 defeat that we're most likely going to get? And now we move into our FA Cup tie against West Ham at home. Now, I've made quite a few changes to the side because I'm trying to rest some players for our league games because the FA Cup, in all honesty, isn't our priority this year. And also the fact that we're playing West Ham, a team that are most likely going to beat us. So, Cole Darlow, Paul Dummett, Chancel Mbemba, Ryan Fredericks, Sergi Samper, Philip Billing and Eros Grezda all come into the side and replace the players that played in the last game against Bournemouth. It's not an awful team. I mean, we got still some strong players on the bench in case I need them. I need to give these boys match fitness. And also, the FA Cup is dead, if you think about it. I mean, I don't want to admit it, but it's true. Looking at West Ham's team, they've got Kasper Dolberg up front, Riyad Mahrez on the wing. I mean, what kind of West Ham side is this? I mean, where's the heart? Where's the 6'4" winger that they normally have and the striker who can't score? The first highlight went to West Ham and Haksabanovic found Felipe Anderson, who hit a shot over the bar from 30 yards. And then a few minutes later, Eros Grezda started running towards the West Ham defence, but he hit his shot over the bar as well. I mean, can we get a shot on target, please, boys? Like, either team, like, give me something to commentate on. Felipe Anderson then hit a free kick, which, unsurprisingly, went over the bar. And it was 0-0 at half-time. I mean, what a great half of football. I can't believe they put this on TV. I told the boys at half-time that they were unlucky because we hadn't really had much chances, but according to the stats, we were doing very well. And we started the second half on the front foot. Sergi Samper found Angel Gomez, but he fired his shot wide. Still no shots on target so far. But with 20 minutes left, Felipe Anderson crossed the ball for Riyad Mahrez to fire it into the back of the net. First shot on target, which was a highlight, and it's gone into the back of my net. Of course it has. And we're crashing out the FA Cup as well. Steve Mounier then laid the ball off Angel Gomez, who played a fantastic through ball to Eros Grezda, but his shot was saved by Livakovic. Now we're getting shots on target when there's 20 minutes of the game left. Why leave it so late? Why? I started ramping up the pressure with 15 minutes left, and I made the double substitution as Elias Kachunga and Juninho Bakuna came on. And then both of them were involved in the next chance as Bakuna laid it off to Kachunga, but then Kachunga hit it over the bar. I mean, how many times have I said over the bar in this episode? And just when I thought we had a chance, Riyad Mahrez lobbed the free kick straight over Caldalo. 2-0, we're out of the competition. I made that bloody FA Cup graphic for nothing. And then Ryan Fredericks, the former West Ham player, crossed it across the box of Kachunga to hit the post from close range. And then Fredericks was involved again as his cross found Hudson-Odoi, the back post, who volleyed it straight past Livakovic. A great finish by the boy. We're back in the game. We've still got 5 minutes left and we can still get an equaliser here. Actually, maybe not then. Dolberg made it 3-1 and we were out of the competition. So, see you next season, FA Cup. I found out the gate receipts for that West Ham game was also the highest we've ever had. Well, that's my fault for getting promoted to a division where we can charge a lot of money for crap football. I also put in a bid for Victor Wanyama in December, and he was very close to joining me until Leeds gazumped me on January the 1st and signed him instead. We went after Haris Severovic because I didn't need another striker, but Benfica wanted 63 million. And for a player that I don't really like in real life, he's like one of the very few players I don't really like, I'm not paying that amount of money. But I have splashed the cash in January, and we went out to sign a new central midfielder, and this is a midfielder who I didn't think we'd get, but I'm glad he's joined the club. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain joins us for £21 million from Liverpool, and we also got Liverpool paying 80k of his wages, so we're only actually paying him 30,000 for the next 3 years. I've really pulled their pants down there, and if he's shit, then well, they've pulled my pants down. Elias Kachunga's also gone to Burnley as Oxlade-Chamberlain has now joined us. A player I'm not really going to miss that much. I don't really remember what he did really for us. He was just there. Like, I'm just here, but he was just there. Does that make any sense? And now we move into our game against Crystal Palace away. Now, we are taking on a Crystal Palace side who haven't been very good this year and are in the relegation zone. With that in mind, I have gone for a more attacking 4-2-3 run rather than the defensive one that I played against West Ham. Henderson, Reguilon, Cher and Smith all return to the defence. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain makes his debut in midfield alongside Philip Billing. Nick Powell returns from injury to take his place in the number 10 spot. And Ollie Burke replaces Eros Grezda on the right hand side. I mean, when you're playing a formation like that, it's no surprise you've only scored 9 goals in the entire season. If we concede against this lot, I may well resign. I mean, I did call it attempting not to get sacked, but it doesn't mean I can't resign. But then again, saying that, Crystal Palace got the first highlight of the match as Andros Townsend was running through past all my players and fired it straight at Dean Henderson. A bit of a worrying start there, I have to admit. This team has scored 9 goals and they've already got the first shot of the game. We can already see where this is going. But then again, saying that, Tommy Smith's throwing from the right hand side found Philip Billing and he cut into the box and fired it straight past the goalkeeper. 1-0. Game over, really. I mean, Palace aren't scoring, and we've got the goal that will win us the match. And then a few minutes later, Philip Billing laid it off to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on his debut, and then he just started running through the Palace defenders like they weren't even there, and fired it past the goalkeeper. 2-0. 21 million. What a bargain already. I mean, it's 2-0 at half-time here. We're cruising comfortably. I can't see how Palace are going to come back into it. Can you? Like, they've really not troubled me this game. But, of course, things aren't easy on this channel, and Milivojevic found Defrel at the back post, and he fired it past my keeper. I mean, that's their 10th goal of the season. 10th goal of the season. And they've scored one against me now. Are you taking the piss? And then somehow on the counter from a corner, Palace ran through on goal. Max Meyer, who was playing as a striker, just ran past the last defender. But his shot was saved by Dean Henderson, and thankfully we got it away. I mean, part of me's worried here because Palace are getting chances. And of course my fears were recognised as Townsend found Milivojevic, who crossed in the box with Max Meyer, who's 5'1", to head the ball past the keeper. What is going on? Like, what is going on? How have we lost the lead to Palace, who barely score all season, and their 5'1" striker, that's in quotation marks, striker, has scored against me with a header? We really are living in the Huddersfield banter era. I decided to make a bold change, and Nick Powell went on up front instead of Steve Mounier, because Steve Mounier really isn't doing anything, and Angel Gomez came off the bench to play in the number 10 role. And with only a few minutes left on the clock, Fabian Schär on the wing found Hudson-Odoi at the back post, but he headed it wide. How are we not winning this game? Please tell me. I made another bold change as Ashley Young came off the bench to replace Callum Hudson-Odoi on the left wing. And just when I thought we were dead and buried, in injury time, Philip Billing laid it off to Angel Gomez to fire us into the lead with only 3 minutes left. We've won the game. Just settle it down. We've won the game. Just cut to the end now. Please, just cut to the end. We've won it. Like, there's no way Palace are going to come back. No way Palace are going to come back from this. And then straight from kickoff, Milivojevic found Defrel 3-3. Why? Why do I bother with this team anymore? Why do I bother? We've conceded 3 goals to a team that had scored 9 goals before this match. 9 fucking goals. We've conceded a third of that amount in one match. But it looks like we're going to have to take the point. We're going to have to take the point. Like, we've bottled it again. And then straight from kickoff, Grezda found Ashley Young, who played it across the box with Nick Powell to score. How have you not scored? How? I mean, how has he not scored from there? Please explain this game to me. How have we not won this match? But, you know, as I said, we got the 3-3 draw at least. It's not like Crystal Palace were going to counter-attack us and score, were they? Yep, I'm just going to go be sick.